Hello, my name is Andrew Flynn. I'm the founder of tickertrader.com, a website, and we're working on a mobile app. And what it does is provide you with algorithmic information to reinforce your stock trading decisions, help you decide whether it's going to be buy, whether it's going to be sell, what index to trade, what stock to trade. So let's have a quick look at what you're going to get. First of all, if you sign up, it's really quick and easy. We're just going to want to know what password you want. What's your email address? Do you have a username? What's your name? And what country do you come from? It's very simple. Just click sign up and you're away, you've got an account. Now, the free trial is a pro trader account. We don't want your credit card number. We don't want any prepayment. We don't want anything at all. You can just sign up and off you go. Now, that's a 30-day trial. Once it's finished, you can decide for paid subscription or you can have the free tier, which is a basic tier. Paid subscriptions, we have UK £12.50, in the US that's going to be $15, and the pro trader account £20 in the UK. In the US that's going to be $25. Good value for money, I believe. Now let's log in and let's have a quick look at what's inside the site. Here's our landing page. This is important. This is where all the trade signals are. So click the home icon, left hand side, you're going to see trade signals, and I have different strengths here. So a level 4 trade signal has 4 indicators that have made up that signal. That's the strongest one that we have at the moment. We're working on more. Then we have a level 3, a level 2. We also have -2, -3, -4. That's sells. So the positive numbers are buy signals, and it tells you here, look. Now I'm just going to check these boxes and we can see some level 2s. Let's just pick an index, shall we? So we've got the FTSE 100, we can see some level 2s. They're the lowest signal that we want to show, and level 4 currently is the highest. We're going to have some 5, 6 and 7s. Now we also have on here, we can have a look at the Nasdaq, we can have a look at the S&P 500 if you want to, and we can have a look at others. We've got the Nikkei, we've got the Hang Seng, we've got DAX, we've got the CAC. So when you click one of these, you're going to see a chart, and the chart is going to tell you, well, it's going to give you the indicator line here. So it's green, this is a buy indicator, it tells you here, buy signal. It's going to tell you the date the signal was generated, and it's going to give you a chart of the stock price. So blue, here's our stock price for S&P Global Incorporated. There's a coincidence. I just clicked that randomly, and the grey line is the index S&P 500, and the blue line is the stock price, which the S&P Global Incorporated does mirror pretty much the S&P 500. There's a coincidence, and our algorithm has done a great job here. It's actually picked out the very bottom and detected a buy. Now we can, if you want to, look at 24-month history on that chart, and we can say, do you know what, that algorithm's done a good job. It's the lowest point in the 24-month trading history for that stock. These are all closing prices. This is a day signal, it's not an hour, it's a day. So the signals are generated by the closing price of each day. The algorithm runs and takes into account the stock history, builds up the indicators, and the indicators build up signals. Now we have a data point here, call it ticker data point. We click that and we get a bit more information. This is valuable. So here's a chart we just saw. In the background we've got a couple of more items loading. We've got forum posts for this stock. There's no posts in the forum at the moment. You want to contribute, you can. There's nothing there at the moment, no one's contributed. We have a S&P 500 chart. So this is the index the stock belongs to, and it tells us the state of that index in terms of either buys winning, either sells winning. So if it's red, it means there are more sell signals than buy signals. If it's blue, there are more buy signals than sell signals. So a buy signal is generated when the algorithms calculate, given the history of that stock, whether a stock has been oversold or not. Doesn't take into account any fundamentals. It's just a statistical analysis. That's all. It's a powerful tool, but it doesn't take into account any environmental factors, any political factors, any commodity prices, any changes in oil, gas, gold or anything like that. It just takes into account the current stock price compared to where it was before. This chart here is the performance of indicators for this stock. So we can see that this is over a 5-year period. On average, a level 2 indicator in 5 trading sessions, the bottom axis is trading sessions and this is percentage profit on this axis. So a level 2 indicator will generate 2% profit in 5 trading sessions. All of these here are indicating a loss has been generated. Now, see this level 4 indicator, minus 5.6%. That's this one here, the minus 4. This is what we want to see. We want to see that that stock price is going to go down, and it has gone down here by 10% in 40 trading sessions, and here it's gone down by 3% in 10 trading sessions. It's not a very strong move and not a very volatile stock, but what we can see is that generally speaking, the indicators are producing the goods. So with the level 2s, we can see here, level 2s, 60 trading sessions, 7%. You're going to outperform the market, but I don't think this is one of the strongest stocks. And if we look at level 4s here, we can't see there are many level 4s, and we can see that after 60 trading days, the level 4 cells go into profit. So actually, we wouldn't want to hold past this period on average for this stock. Doesn't mean that this indicator or this signal is going to follow this average, but I think it's probably a strong suggestion that it might do. So we can, if you want to, go back here and we can pick another stock. So let's go back to S&P 500 again. Let's have a look at this one, Tyson Foods. So again, the algorithm has detected potentially an oversell on this stock. A signal is being generated here and the stock has started to increase. So again, the algorithms have done a good job in detecting that signal. If you want to visit our Facebook page, by the way, you can have a look at all of the historic signals on there and see how they've fared over time. And we can change that if we want to a candlestick chart, change it back to line chart. We can see the S&P 500 line here. We can see the Tyson Foods stock price line here. And we can change the period 12 months. If we want to, we can change it to 24 months. So we can see this stock outperformed the S&P 500, and then there was a convergence where the stock price dropped, met the S&P 500 and continued to drop until we get to a point here where the algorithm is saying actually we're detecting there could be a buying opportunity. So we're just going to close out and have a quick look just to remind myself. I was at level 4, we've got a level 4 here, and we're going to have a look at our ticker data point again, and we can see there's something different. So if we look, we can see that the average signal performance over a 5-year period is stronger for this stock than it was the last one we looked at. This is a very good tool. So this chart is specific to this stock, and it's telling you level 2, level 3, level 4 buy signals, or level 2, level 3, level 4 sell signals, because they have a minus in front of them. It's telling you the average performance in days over a 5-year period. So these are trading days. The signal would be generated at day 0, and after 10 trading days it's telling you what profit each one of these would have generated. It's telling us that actually, although the level 3 indicator for most stocks is a good indicator, for this stock actually it's a poor performer. But what it is telling us is the level 4 on average for this stock is pretty good. If we look here at 25 trading days, it's producing an average profit of 9.1% on average over 5 years. That's a good history. And then if we look at 30 trading days, So what's that? 6 weeks. Over 6 weeks, you're going to get 10% profit, 10.1 on average. If you followed the level 4 buy indicator for this stock. The other indicators for this stock, interestingly, don't perform particularly well. The level 2 indicator outperforms the level 3 for this stock. So we can read that here. And this is over 5 years, you know. This is very good statistical information. And we can look at the peak profit is 14% in 60 trading sessions. Personally, I would take this 10% in 30 trading sessions and then look for another indicator. There is another way to improve the level of profit that you can make on the stock signals, which we're going to discuss in a later video. So there we are, there's a data point. We've looked at 2 different stocks and we've seen the average performance per signal for each stock changes, which is an important thing because you can go research that. It's going to help you with your decisions. I would recommend that you use some fundamental analysis as well on each stock, and you combine that with statistical analysis to support your trading decisions. A lot of information here, and we can, if you want to, we can pick another stock from here, but we're going to have a quick look at what else we have. We have a list of indexes, and we select an index. We can make any one of these our favourites, or we can decide we want an email alert for them by checking this box. As many as you like. And what will happen is when there's an indicator or stock signal triggered for these stocks, you're going to get an email. If it's in your favourites, you're going to get an alert when you log in. So if you think, well, actually, do you know what? I own some of these stocks. This one here, it's making me a good profit. I wonder when the best time to sell is, and you're not sure. Maybe you just want to put a tick there and have a look when the algorithm generates a sell indicator. That could be an opportunity to sell, but at least it is something to kind of trigger a reaction. Maybe you want to research, is this a good time, is it not? The indicator is suggesting it might be. So that's how you would use this. So we can edit our email alerts here if you want to. Got 2 pages of them. We've just added another couple, and you can deselect them if you want to here. Same with your favourites. 1 page of favourites, and we can change those if you want to. We've got some from the S&P 500, some from the NASDAQ, different indexes there. Tells us what exchange they belong to as well. We've got our settings. We don't need to go into that. That's your account settings if you want to change any stuff in there. We've got our dashboard for the condition of the market. So what that contains is a chart for the FTSE 100, the FTSE 250, the British index, the American S&P 500, the French CAC, the German DAX. We're going to add in here the NASDAQ. We're going to add the Japanese Nikkei, and we're going to add the Hong Kong Hang Seng. So we have global coverage. But what this tells us is, as I've just said, in the ticker data point, the strength of buys signals and sell signals in any given index. And we start to get a picture, because if we look, we can see that the S&P 500 kind of mirrors the FTSE 250, or the FTSE 250 mirrors the S&P 500 more likely. And we can change the period for the charts to 6 months, and there we go. And we can see there's a big correlation here and here. The CAC only has 40 stocks, and so does the DAX. So have a big swing from sell indicators to buy indicators. So the sell indicators have kind of pushed the market down until it's got to a point where the market's now saying, or the algorithms are saying, the sells have now started to reduce the price to an extent that the algorithms are producing buy indicators, and then the pattern switches. The buy indicators push the price up, and then we've got some sell indicators, and so on. And we can see it a bit more clearly in the S&P 500 or the FTSE. This is a nice chart because we can see that we've got a lot of sell signals made up of sell indicators, and then as the market sells off on those signals, it starts to generate buying opportunities until the buying opportunities increase to over 80%. It's more buying opportunities than selling opportunities. What that does then is produce the dark red level 3 and level 4. There's a lot of level 4 there. Level 4 sell indicators, which pushes the market down again. Which produce so this is the market swings, and we can see it's a global thing. We can see there's a very big dip here where there's a lack of buy indicators, and the same in the S&P 500, and the same in the FTSE 100, and the same in the CAC, and the same here in the DAX, but not to the same extent. And that market dip here, where we have the sell-off at a higher level, starts to trigger buy indicators again until we get to a point where the buy indicators are over 80%. And the same applies to what we discussed before. This is a very good snapshot of the market, the direction it's heading in. But there are other economical and political events which drive markets as well, which we need to consider. But also, there's no doubt in the fact that technical analysis, technical history, and stock algorithms do drive the market, do identify buying opportunities and selling opportunities. So there's your global market snapshot in an instant, and it's free on any ticker trader tier, any subscription level. You can view that, and it's not going to cost you anything at all. And we have a watch list. So any trading platform, we're not going to let you trade from this, but you can view our data. You can create a watch list, and that's going to help you to track your favorite stocks, or maybe there's an indicator or signal on a stock and you want to kind of track the history of that. You can just put it in here, and next time you log in you can have a look and remind yourself what you were looking at, what you were researching, and whether any of those decisions that you might have made would have been successful in your watch list. Then we have the forums. We have all of the indexes. We don't have every stock in each market, but what we do, that will be coming sooner or later. But at the moment we have every stock in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, in the FTSE, the British FTSE 250, the Nikkei, the Hang Seng, all of the globe, the leading markets across the globe. We have their indexes in our forum. And if you want to select an index, let's have a look at the S&P 500. We've got a forum for every one of those stocks, some news in some of them. So if we look in here, we can see 3 forum posts. We can choose which ones we want to follow. If you follow those, you're going to get an email every time someone does a post. You can actually follow forum posts as well, or you could follow an individual user. If a user starts posting stuff and you kind of like that, and you like this guy's or this lady's opinions and what they have to say, you can follow that person. You can get an email every time they make a post. Or that could be you. You could become a popular person on here, you know, make yourself famous. Right, so there are our forums. Post as often as you want to, read as much as you want. That's all free. And don't forget, we have the free tier. So that's an introduction to Ticker Trader. I hope that this is going to help you become successful and reinforce your trading decisions. So that's thank you from me.